the end of the game after Darius hit some of those threes. Donovan was really into him. Max was really into him. I guess, how important is it for Darius to sort of find that playoff?
I mean, it's huge for him, and it's huge for us. And it's one of those things, we've talked about it, a million times throughout the season. And like, his teammates want him to go and get it, right? His teammates are always lifting him up, supporting him, pushing him, wanting him to do more, because we all know what he's capable of. And when he's firing, it makes us so much more dangerous. And again, we talked about it pregame where his head was at. He's in a great space. He wants to go out and compete at a high level and help us win. But, it just forces defenses to have to make really difficult decisions in the moment and at speed, because now, all three of those guys on the perimeter, are firing, and our big guys are doing their thing in the interior, leaves you with some difficult decisions to make.
And then with almost any playoff series, things can get chippy. What did you think of your guys' composure tonight?
I thought we did what we needed to do. I thought we stood our ground, first and foremost. But we didn't allow, ourselves to get caught up in the shit. We continued to play good basketball, share the ball, execute the things that we wanted to do. I thought that was their intent, was try to disrupt the game, and our guys didn't take the bait.
Along those same lines, JB, do you like the way you guys, we talked about toughness a lot, but the tough-mindedness you guys showed, especially when they pushed you literally and figuratively down the stretch?
Yeah, that's what this is about, and that's the maturation of this basketball team. It's one of the things that we've been talking about. You go through experiences, and then you add experience like we did, and it adds maturity, and you understand, what the moment is, and you understand how to play forcefully, but still play basketball and get the job done.
Kendra.
Hi, JB.
What's
Kendra under the ESPN. Particularly in the first half, Evan Mobley, his near career high. How much of that version of him do you guys need throughout really the postseason?
He's the guy, because I think teams try to do different things with him. They like to switch more things when he's involved. And I thought in the first half he did a great job, and his teammates did a great job of finding him in position, and it made him change their coverage. So, if you have to make an adjustment, that early in the game, it takes you out of your game plan. And he was the trigger for that. But again, his teammates did a great job of finding him when he was in his sweet spot, and then he was aggressive and finished.
And then for Donovan, he now kind of has a knack for these big game one performances. Is there something you observe about him entering a game one of a series that makes you feel like he's about to do something kind of like he did tonight?
Yeah, he's ready for the moment. And it's not, it's the game ones, it's the bigger games during the regular season. Like, he has the ability and the understanding of how important the start is, whatever that may be, like the start of a series, the start of a quarter. Like, he understands, and rarely, like, he has the ability that many people don't have, that can actually go to another place, right? Some people may have that idea or thought and understanding of it, but like, he's got the ability to time and time go to that space, which makes us a better team, because now teams are chasing you, right? Now they're trying to one-up you throughout the game, and then he has a way, just make big shot, big shot, big shot, and you're never chasing your opponent.
Jason.
Specifically with Evan, did those early threes change anything, you think, either for you or for them?
Yeah, I think the way that you guard him and how you have to account for him now, right? If he's making those shots, you can't shift in and protect the paint as much as you want to, because you're just giving him wide open looks. But it was the combination of it, you know what I mean? Like, it was the ability to make the three. They make an adjustment in coverage. They go to switches. Now he goes to the post. He takes advantage of smalls in the post. So, there was three different coverages that he created, starting with those jumpers and then his rolls to the post.
For a playoff series for you, what dictates when you can play those guys together and when you have to alternate? Because I think you played the last 5 minutes with them together, haven't you?
Yeah, I think we're really good when they're both on the floor. If we have the ability, obviously, to build a lead, and we need to get stops to go down the stretch and win a lead and keep the lead and win the game, like, there's no two better guys to have on the floor, right? Those guys are elite defensively. They can guard multiple positions. And then, we found a set where we could space them properly and still create offensive opportunities.
Chris.
Hey, JB.
What's up, Chris?
What was your reaction when Isaac bumped Wagner and then George mixed it up with Fultz?
It's part of the game. It's the message that's been sent. I think there's been some back and forth, obviously, throughout our games. They like to be physical. They like to play chippy. And I thought our guys did a great job, again, not backing down and playing through the mess.
Nate?
JB, how crucial was the rebounding advantage, specifically Allen and Mobley combined for 29?
I mean, that's, finishing possessions is key. Like our defense, we have the ability to get those stops, but if you don't finish the possession, it's a ton of wasted effort and wasted energy. So we wanted our guys to be aggressive, especially against this team. They got a lot of guys who crash the boards. You watch their smalls, like even after you rebound, they come and try to get steals and those types of things. So it was extremely important for us to finish the possessions. And then that gives us an opportunity to get out and run, right? You're getting those stops because they are a good half-court defensive team. So we want to play more on the broken floor, and you got to rebound the ball to do that.
JB, Darius hit that big three late to give you some added separation. Just what did you think of his play overall? He led you with 8 assists when he ran the floor.
Yeah, I mean, he dictated the game. He dictated tempo for us when we're trying to play a little quicker. He did that, played through, got a little tight in his back. But, that's the type of thing for me to watch as a coach. Been with a guy for as long as Darius and I have been together, and just watch the continued growth and, like, the grit that he showed tonight. Like, he could have very easily, taken some time off, sat down, but he wanted to stay on the floor, and he played through it. And was extremely effective. And this is how much it means to him. This is how much his teammates matter to him. So I was proud of Darius, and I thought he was phenomenal.
Going into this series, so much conversation about Orlando's length and athleticism. Just the way Evan and Jared controlled the boards, how much you're going to need that to continue?
I mean, it's it. That's the key to it. If we allow them extra opportunities and we don't do the job in the interior, that's when they're at their best. So if we want to win it, we got to continue to do that.
Last one, Jim.
George plus 13, only made 1 shot, made 0 threes. What does that say about the value of his spacing?
Well, he's a basketball player too. I think that's one of the things that we got to take account here is like he not only spreads the floor, he can attack the basket, he can make plays off the bounce, but he takes defensive challenges too. I think it's a misnomer when he got here that he wasn't a defensive player, but time and time again we've seen him in isolation situations do a great job. He frustrates people, forces them into tough, difficult shots. So he's a two-way guy. He's going to make shots. I guarantee you before this series is over, we'll be talking about how many threes George has made.
What did you guys find during that third, fourth quarter stretch? I think it was right after he came in for Evan. I think you guys went on like an 18-2 run. What was working for you guys then?
The tempo. I think that's one of the things that we got to be able to maintain is we got to maintain tempo and pace throughout quarters, but also throughout possessions. We're not out here hunting and jacking quick shots, but we want to get the ball across half court quickly. We want to get into our first action quickly. So now they can't ever settle in, and it's always a chase.
Okay, let's go.
Appreciate you.